Right now we're going to create a new file, and we're going to create some text that appears to be glowing. So I'm going to go to File, New, and if you haven't changed this to pixels, go ahead and change both of these to pixels, and we're going to make it 800 by 600. This is a good sample size for text. 800 by 600. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose my text tool, and I'm going to choose a font here. I'm going to choose a nice big thick font. Maybe let's choose something different today. How about stencil? That's fun. And I'm going to make my font size 200. We'll see how that looks. Hit enter. And I'm going to make sure that it's left aligned. And I'm going to make my text black, and let's all make it black now. Don't choose any color of your choosing. Choose black for now. And I'm going to click here just once. I'm going to type my name. I'm going to bring my mouse down below the text so that my arrow shows up and I can see the text in its fullness. Now I'm going to go ahead and click here to make sure that my layer changes to Curtis, and I'm going to make a copy of this, so I'm going to drag this down to my copy button. It's right next to the trash, and I'm going to get a Curtis copy. You can also right click and go to duplicate layer also for that, and I'm going to turn the eyeball off of my original. Now I'm going to go ahead and rasterize this type so that we can manipulate it, so I'll right click on it and go to rasterize type, and now it is paint. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select just the letters of this layer. And to do that, you want to put your mouse right over the little thumbnail here. You don't want it to be in this area of the layer, you want it to be right over the thumbnail. And if you hold Command on a Mac or Control on a PC, you'll see that there's a little square that shows up right above the little hand icon. So you're going to click, and you see the little marching ants going around my text. Now I'm going to come up here to Select, and under the Select menu you can modify your selection. And I'm going to go to Modify, and I'm going to go to Contract, and this is going to make the selection smaller. It's going to maintain the shape of my letters, but it's just going to be a little bit smaller. And I've already done this earlier, but 7 works pretty well. 7, somewhere between 5 and 10. Let's see what 5 does for us. I'm going to click OK. That looks nice. So you can see that the selection has gone inside now. Now what I'm going to do is hit delete on my keyboard, and that's going to make it so that I just have an outline of my text. Now the next thing I want to do is make sure that I'm not selected on the text anymore, so I'm going to come up here to select again, deselect. Now what I want to do is put this on a black background, and I'm not going to see my text anymore, but don't worry because we're going to bring it out with some layer styles. So I'm going to click on background, so I'm going to change my background color. I've already got black on the top, so I'm going to go to my gradient tool, hold down my mouse button so that my paint bucket shows up. I'm going to select paint bucket, and I'm going to paint my background black. Now seemingly my text is gone. It's still there, it's just that the background is the same color. So when I come back here to my text that has been rasterized and altered, I'm going to do some layer styles to this now. So I'm going to click on layer, and I'm going to go to layer style, and I'm going to go to outer glow. Now if your layer style window drops right in front of your text here, you can just grab that and move it to the side, and you can see that my text is now showing up. You can do a couple of things here with your outer glow. You can turn up the opacity. That makes it more or less intense. You can also change the color. By default it's this yellowish color. I'm going to choose white. So what I did is I just clicked on this little box here, and then I choose white as my color. And you can also turn the spread up so that it makes it more intense, and the size up. You can make it really big or really small. What we want to do is bring it up just a little bit higher so that we get more of a glow around the text there. And so now you can see the word a lot better. While we're in the layer style, we can also go here to inner glow, and with inner glow that makes it so that the glow goes inside the bar instead. And so now we've got a nice glow going on our letters here. I'm going to click OK. And so now you've got this nice white glowing text. Something that we can do is you can change the colors if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and hold Control on a PC or Command on a Mac and click on my layer again to select this. And if you'd like, you can try doing a different color. So I'm going to come over here to my colors, and I'm going to choose red instead. So now I'll choose red, and I need to paint all these letters. So I'm going to go ahead and come around and paint all these red. I'm painting all the areas of the letter to make them all red. Okay, so now, one more piece right there. So now it's all red, and once it's been painted, I'm going to deselect. So select, deselect, and so now it's all red. And I can come over here to my layer style, and we can change the outer glow so that it's no longer white, but we can change it to a red color. And so now we have red instead. And so you can change this to be different types of colors, and this looks kind of like a neon sign now. And you can do some different things with layer styles.